how to have a relationship with yourself first. If you want to know the first rule, let's back it up. Having a relationship with yourself is like having a relationship with anyone or anything. Your relationship with your partner, your relationship with money, your relationship with food. You are the reason you're not reaching where you're supposed to reach in this life because of you. No one else is. So in this video, we're going to dive in to a few things that I think will help. Well, it helped me. And if you see me looking down, I made notes. Alright, so before we even get into the video, do you guys see the setup? Loud. I am literally evolving. Okay? I'm evolving. I know you see the angles. I know you see blue light on us. Okay, I think I like this setup. Trust me, I don't know. It's the cinema person in me. Like, do you see this? Do you see the depth? Do you see the depth? I should have like an incense blowing in the wind right now, but the incense is in the room and my baby's sleeping. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, relationship with self isn't as hard as people make it seem. Just think about it as if your relationship with your boyfriend. How would you want your partner to treat you, right? You want your partner to take you out on dates. You want your partner to listen to you. You want your partner to show up for you. If they say they're going to do something, you want your partner to be there at the door waiting on you if he said at this time. It's just like you. So first we're going to talk about how it is when you have a relationship showing up for yourself. For me, when I set a goal and a task to do something, I make sure that I have a start date and an end date. Right? I know that I want to lose a certain amount of weight by so and so. But for me, it's more of engaging my muscle groups and stuff like that. It has nothing, it doesn't, the weight is a bonus to lose the weight, yes. But for me, it's also feeling good in myself, strength building. So I figure out, okay, I need to figure out how, and I'm kind of like I like to know when things are going to happen. So I like to plan things out in weeks or days or months or however long it will take me to reach a certain goal. And then I have a consequence if I don't fulfill that. And I really ask myself, is this something that I can attain at this time? Am I capable of reaching that goal at a certain time? And lo and behold, I figured out the way I worked. I figured out how I wanted to be treated. I treated myself first. And when you figure out how to treat yourself the way you show up for yourself. Now, this is going to touch a lot of people in some ways. If it's triggering you right now, it's good. A lot of you talk about, oh, I'm going to start this diet. I'm going to lose weight by then. I'm going to stop eating junk food by then. And you're still doing it. You have to set up a thing that you just really hate to do. If you don't like talking to somebody, like, for example, you say you want to lose weight by summer, right? And you know that you need an initiative. Give yourself the worst thing that you can ever think of that you just don't want to do. Waking up at 6 a.m., for example, or going to bed early. If you are not even depriving, your favorite food, you can't have it for a month. something that can push you. This is how we work as human beings. I know it's messed up, but if you choose something, a reward system, a risk and reward system that allows you to reach your end goal, it will help you build the discipline to execute certain situations. Another point I want to talk about with relationship with self is you can't keep allowing other people to dictate how you treat yourself, you know? And when you look good, you feel good, right? How you see the world is how you create the world. It's not going to build itself. You have to engage yourself. You have to put yourself out there for things to... I don't know who needs to hear this, but girl, you ain't gonna meet that man in the house. Boy, you ain't gonna meet that girl in the house. You have to get out there and do what you say you were gonna do. That career of yours. Girl, you ain't gonna get that career sitting down. You know what I'm saying? Like, me being disciplined and finding the right slots to record these videos and making a consequence. I don't want to feel bummy if I don't make my videos. Like, I get really in my head, and if you're a person who gets into your head and you think a lot like me, you kind of like beat yourself up all the time when something doesn't get done. And I'm just like, it's okay if it doesn't get done. Maybe you just need to figure it out. And one of the main things for me too, like creating these videos, is just like I have all this information stored in my head to make my videos look a certain type of way. And when they don't look a certain type of way, I get in my feelings, and then I start closing in. So I start seeing things in a narrow space instead of seeing it in a big vision. I'm telling myself all these negative things. That leads to my next point that I'm going into. Self-talk. Self-talk is a big thing. Self-talk, I talk to myself. When I realized on the old me how I used to talk to myself, I still have a little flare-up now and then. And I realized, oh my gosh, why do I talk to myself like that? That's so mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking to myself. Would I talk to somebody like that? Would I talk to... No. And if people talk to you a certain way, they're talking to themselves worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I sit down and I really analyze, and that's why it's kind of good to even have your own space to get away from certain environments. Because when you see the type of behavior that people portray against you, you realize that it's not you, it's them. And a lot of people are distracted by external things that they don't take time to realize that they're the problem, right? So as I was saying with self-talk, I used to tell myself, oh, I don't have the biggest space, my house isn't the nicest, I don't have like the most fanciest clothes. But then I had to say, Vanessa, get a hold of yourself. Like, are these things important to you? Like, what is truly important to you? And what's truly important to me is literally being a big sister for my sisters, so they watch this video, and being a big sister to any other person out there, any brother, because I feel like the information that I have and I hold, I am still young, but I still have good information, and the way I say it, people can receive it well through how I say it. You understand? So I'm just like, okay, I can't allow me to get in front of me, right? So you can't allow your self-talk to be negative at all. If you have to start your day with some positive affirmations, then you start your day with some positive affirmations. If you have to drill your head every day, I don't even want you to listen to negative self-talk, rap songs, none of that shit. You listen to affirmations purely. I'm telling you, you have to drown yourself into, you have to do something at least 100 times for it to become a habit. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about treating yourself just like how you would treat someone else. We talk about self-talk, and we talk about risk and reward, right? I really understand that no one is going to show up for me. I spoke about this earlier. No one's going to show up for me. So coming from where I come from, everything I have today, well, obviously, yeah, everything I have right now, I worked extremely hard to have it. I sacrificed a lot to get it. And another point that I'm going to go on is give yourself praises when you need them praises. Okay? Stop beating yourself up. This piggybacks off self-talk. Give yourself the praises when it's due. Don't wait on other people to give you praises. You bring yourself towards the front line and give yourself those praises on God. Because nobody is your biggest praiser except you. Okay? I remember when I just started doing music, right? And I was recording my songs. I used to send it to bad people. I'm like, why I'm expecting them to be like some critique. Like, my nigga, do you even produce? Do you even know arrangement? And now look at me. I produce my own music. I know how to set up a beat. I know where this goes, what slot to go to, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to start somewhere, right? When you grow up in a society where they make it seem as if you need outside or external forces for you to gain validation, you kind of grow up in it. You think like you need it, but you do not need it. Like, you don't. And I used to always be asking people, yo, what do you think about this? Because they do music or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? Nah. No, I can learn just like this. And I'm a great self-learner. I learn very quickly. I adapt very quickly. I don't know if that's the Jamaican in me, the Caribbean in me, but we adapt very quickly. So that's another point. Give yourself the praises when you get them praises. Okay? Give yourself praises. What am I talking about? Give yourself the praises when it's necessary. Okay? You got up this morning, give yourself the praises. You brushed your teeth, give yourself the praises. As a mom, that's extremely important, because sometimes you don't even have time to shower. You oiled your skin today, give yourself some praises. You went outside for a walk, give yourself some praises. Praise yourself. You know? You see how you know who I like to see? I don't want to mention nobody, I don't want to name drop nobody, but a popular celebrity person. I just love how they boost themselves up. You know what I'm saying? When the world is against them, they just boost themselves up. You know, you have to be your biggest supporter, because I'm telling you, people are fickle. They will change on you in a second. The only person that you can rely on to boost you up is you. Do you understand? Yes, you have your good friends, but you have to be the first ally before you go to anybody else. Okay? So get up there. Remember, risk and reward. You set your task, you set your goal. Your self-talk is important. Don't talk to yourself any other way, because you would not talk to anyone else like that. Give yourself praises. And that's on it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, comment down below if any of these topics helped you, and I would love to have conversations with you. And like, comment, and subscribe. It helps boost the video. I'm not monetized yet. It helps get this video out to other people, and I'll see you in the next video.